Holy and merciful God, we remember before you the 28 who died in Newtown and countless others whose violent deaths that to our shame we hardly noticed. It is only natural to wonder in moments like this whether God has abandoned us. Yet the more interesting spiritual question isn't where God was on Friday morning, but rather where we were. For God has no body on earth but ours.
I'm Gary Hall, the Dean of Washington National Cathedral, and on behalf of Bishop Mariann Edgar Budde, I welcome you to our observance this morning. We gather as religious leaders both to commemorate the one-week marker of the tragic shootings in Newtown, Connecticut, and to call our people and the nation to action. We as a group of faith leaders have come together and said these are the kind of four broad areas that we think that there is a kind of middle ground of common sense, consensual support about. And they are, first of all, a ban on assault weapons, to renew the ban on assault weapons. Secondly, and along with that, to ban high-capacity ammunition magazine sales. Secondly, to close the gun show loophole. 40% of the guns that are purchased in America are purchased through gun shows without background checks. Third, to really do something to increase the ability of communities and families to supervise their mentally ill, violent members. And fourth, to address this question of the pervasive tolerance for and glorification of violence in our culture. So we're probably the last one is not something legislatively we can accomplish, but the first three certainly are things we think that there's broad agreement on.
We're here today as a religious community to save life. We say enough is enough.
Public policy leaders have the moral courage to stand this day and time, to speak with clarity, and to join with the President of the United States with tenacity and boldness to say now is the time.
We need a conversion. That's absolutely right. Evangelicals are want to talk about being born again. Well, American evangelicals need to be born again on this issue, which is to say change their minds and say to Republican, conservative, red state senators and congressmen, we want you to vote for these bans. We want the president to close the importation of these so-called sport weapons that are really weapons of war, and we want to close down what is in effect a gun industry in this country that kills millions of people and defies everything that we say we stand for as a nation under God.